Hey, what's up? I'm Saylor. I play Maddox on High School Musical, the series, and you're watching Young Entertainment Magazine.
Hi, my name's Ryan from Young Entertainment Magazine.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. So I'm really excited to get the chance to talk to you about the new season. Um, how about we just dive right in?
Of course, yeah.
Great. So first I wanted to ask you, how familiar were you with this show and with the universe that is High School Musical, the musical, the series?
Yeah, well, like all the way back to like OG High School Musical, I grew up watching that. My sister definitely had a High School Musical themed birthday party when she was maybe 12 or something like that, because I have four older siblings and three of them are like my older sisters, and they all know that those, I think that might have been like their favorite movies growing up, and I just like grew up on that too. So I of course knew what it was when the series was coming out, and I did watch the first season, like I think after like all of it had come out, because I'm such an impatient person. I think after all of it had come out, I watched the whole first season. And I watched the second season to, I think, when I was close to like booking this role, I was like, I need to see what's up with the second season. So I had watched both seasons before I had booked the role and before I went into the third season, but I was pretty well familiarized with the series and definitely with the movies before I had gotten to this point.
That's awesome. So you said you watched the first season pretty much when it came out, and the second season you caught up on kind of in the audition process. So what was that audition process like for you? Were you given much information about, I know a lot of stuff is very tight-lipped and top secret, but how much did you know going into the audition? Did you have any idea that this was going to be the setting that it was going to be in? It wasn't going to be necessarily in the high school setting. How much were you
Oh,
aware of, and what was that process like?
yeah, so here's the thing about Tim Federle, the creator of the show. He loves his secrets. He really does. And you will never be able to get it out of him if he is determined to like make it a secret. And so so honestly, there were points when like even the whole cast was in the dark about like what the next episode was going to be, but there was like an exciting like thing to it. We didn't know what was coming next. So in the audition process there was a lot of unknowns. We did know that at least that it was going to be at camp, that we weren't going to be at East High this season. So, especially because my character is like the girl who's been at camp since she could probably even walk. So that was like an important aspect of it. So I did know that, but other than that, very few things were revealed. It was all very kept secret, kept well secret.
So I
Yeah.
guess you guys weren't told about the special guest stars this season yet.
Mm-mm.
Wow,
Mm-mm.
they weren't even told the
I did
cast
not
about that.
know
Wow.
anything about that, but it was one of the greatest things when we were all told and figured it out. Like, and, and no, actually, sometimes when he told us the guest stars that were coming on, I thought he was joking. I thought it was a joke. I was like, oh yeah, of course they're gonna be in this season. Like, why wouldn't they? Until he was like, no, I'm serious. And I was like, oh, wow, that's insane. Like, I definitely like finished the call and I was like, mom, guess who's gonna be in this season? Like it was, yeah, so those were all big secrets, but in the end it was like phenomenal to work with each and every one of them. Yeah, it was a good time.
I'm sure, yeah, it looks like a lot of fun. And there's so many things happening this, like I can't even count how many new things the fans are going to be getting this season because there's so much going on, but I just can't imagine what it was like to be on set there. I'm sure it was super fun, but also seems like with there being a different setting and you have the camp aspect and of course you have the musical aspect, seems like there's a lot that's would be maybe like physically demanding this season. What was the atmosphere like on set? Did you guys have a lot of choreography to learn? What was that whole process? Did you guys have to, learn about the location itself? What was the process like while filming?
Yeah, well, like in terms of dances and stuff like that, um, I think that for the most part, there were other characters that had a lot more than some. I was the most dancing that I was working on in the season was It's On, which is which is already out to the world.
Yeah.
Happily, but yeah, I definitely was. We were in rehearsals for that for a hot minute, but it was such a blast, and I love the way that it came out. It looks so good. But there are definitely other characters that have the most demanding dance, 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 but they all look phenomenal. Other than that, the fun thing about my character is she's the techie, the stage manager. She does all the stuff. She gets the show ready. So there were a lot of things that she does, that I had to learn. I had to learn how to tie up cables, but the right way. Because I always just grab cables and I'm going around my arm, But there's some way that is apparently correct, and so I learned how to do that. I learned how to pull the rope to open the curtains. I learned how to use a drill. All of it was honestly really fun. I did already know how to use a drill, but I got to use it again, so that was really fun. But there's a lot of kind of things like that that my character gets to do that I found honestly really fun. I never was ooh, how much longer do I have to keep doing this? I was let's do it again. So I think that's what's really fun about my character too. So I really enjoyed all of that stuff actually.
Yeah, we're all really excited to meet your character, Maddox. We've seen a little bit of her from the footage that's already been released, and since you mentioned she's she's on the tech side, we know that she's very kind of regimented and always pays attention to the rules and make sure that everyone else is paying attention to the rules. So what else can you tell us about Maddox, or how much can you tell us about your character?
Yeah, so Maddox really is she has been coming to this camp since she can probably even remember. She probably honestly considers this camp more of her home than her real one. And when I think about it, I feel like it's less rules that Maddox follows, but more traditions. Mm-hmm. So she is a big traditions girl. Waking everyone up at 7 a.m. with the Bugle, that is a tradition. And she does that every morning, every camp, she without fail. So she's really big on that. And obviously she has a really hard time getting to know these new Wildcats that show up, because this is the place that she's gone for as long as she can remember, and there are just these new people there, and you'd think she'd be good with them, but no, she struggles. She struggles because no matter how eccentric and excited she is on the outside, she's honestly a really, really awkward human being deep down, and struggles meeting new people and talking to them and trying to become friends with them. So you see her struggle with that throughout this season, as well as a lot more stuff involving her that I totally don't want to give away because I'm really excited about all of it. But yeah, so that is kind of what's focused on in the beginning, but truly she is just a little geek excited for camp.
I don't blame her. I mean, the camp seems like an awesome place and really fun, and this year, I mean, can you imagine going to that kind of camp yourself, where they're filming a documentary there, they're putting on a show, it's already camp in general, so many things are going on, so I don't blame her. But it's interesting how you mentioned that the way that she interacts with these new Wildcats, it's like a new camp sort of, because even though she's familiar with the camp, she has these new people to meet, and they're already an established friend group. So I was curious, how did that play out for you on set? Because in a way it's very similar. You're coming into a show that's on its third season. The cast have known each other for about 3 years now. What was it like joining that established cast, especially since you were familiar with their work and you had been a fan of the show for a while?
Yeah, you would be surprised how just natural and easy it was. And it's simply because every single person in that cast was extremely welcoming and was more excited to meet someone new than not. And especially one of the greatest things, like just one of like the most memorable things about being in this show has been getting to know Tim Federle, the creator, and specifically like Julia Lester in the very beginning. Tim did hook me and Julia up with like numbers, and she was very like warm and was like, hey, like I know that you're about to come in for this season, but like how about we get together like earlier before it starts and just like get to know each other. And I was like, okay, that's so kind, thank you.
Yeah,
And
Julia's the best. Like,
yeah, we got together we got together a couple of times before actually starting filming, and she just was like here's what you need to know, everybody's like this, like they're all gonna love you, like you're so, and I was like, this is so great. Like Julia and Tim were the reasons I had such a smooth transition into the season, and I truly could not be more grateful for that. But everyone else too was just like immediately like, welcome, like now you're a part of our family. And I really do. I left season 3, we finished season 3, and I left for the family. Like I can talk to these people about anything, and I'm just so excited that everyone gets to see all of our work together on screen finally next week.
Yeah, you're officially a Wildcat now.
Yeah.
You're like a member of East. You're like an official member of East High now.
That's honestly crazy to hear, just because it's so meaningful to me, and I couldn't imagine being in a cast with anyone else. Like these people are my family, and I'm so excited about it.
That's so great. We love to hear that, and we love just adding on to the High School Musical family and the Disney Channel family and the Disney Plus family, and it's all super exciting. So one thing I kind of wanted to dive back into your previous filmography a little bit, and we've done a little research, and we found out that you've previously started an episode of New Girl, and it just so happens that Olivia Rodrigo was also in that episode of New Girl. So I wanted to ask you, number one, because it's kind of been kept under wraps, how much Nini is involved this season, how much she's going to be interacting with the old characters and the new characters. So can you tell us whether you got to kind of reunite with Olivia Rodrigo?
Yeah.
Or can you tell us any memories that you had of working with her on New Girl and now seeing her being like the biggest, one of the biggest pop stars, definitely of the last 5 years, if not what we've had in the 21st century. So really, any Olivia Rodrigo experiences or memories you could tell us about?
Literally, she is still like an angel on earth. It's true, like it was so long ago that we worked together on New Girl, and I booked this, and she's the reason why I watched the first season, because I was like, oh my god, that's Olivia, like yes, go off, and so I booked the season, and she literally texted me and was like, are you gonna be in the 3rd season of High School Musical, the musical, the series? And I was like, well, a part of me was like, you remember me? Because she's like this huge star, but of course she did, because she's like the kindest soul. She was like, I'm so excited to see you and work with you again, and I was like, oh my god, okay, me too. So she is still very much like just like a kind soul, and as for memories, we did only spend about like a week together, but I just remember like goofing around on set, and it was so nice to work with like 2 other girls who were kind of my age, because for the most part I'm kind of used to like working with adults, but this was really nice, and it was so like relaxing, and I think she was in the middle of filming Bizarrevark at that time, her Disney show before this, but she was like just so humble and so like let's get together after this, like let's hang out, and I was like, okay, like yeah, this is great, I'm making new friends. So yeah, I remember nothing but good things, honestly.
That's so great. Now it's fun to be like, how many years ago was that? Maybe around like 5-ish years ago?
Man, like yeah, it was it was a long, long time ago. We were babies because I still, you know how on your phone, like if you scroll all the way to the side, it has the
Mhm.
like memories pictures and it'll show you like 10 or something like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I click on it and it like has like because we did this whole photo shoot together of me and Olivia and Michaela, the three girls who were in that episode. We did like all these different like poses together, just like outside, literally like in the lunch line or something like that. And I always look at it and I'm like, wow, I look like a child. Like like T90, like we are small. It's crazy to think about how long ago that was. Um, but yeah, it was maybe 5, maybe less than, but maybe 5.
And now where you guys are, like the world is different and all these new roles that you guys have gotten to play. And I'm sure like it's crazy for us just to look back at the pictures and see how much everything has changed. But I'm sure for you it must be like mind blowing.
Yeah, yeah, it is kind of crazy, but I couldn't imagine being anywhere else than here now and knowing the people that I know. So I'm really grateful for all of it that led up to this, including that.
Awesome. So one, I have a fun little game that I want to play with you, but I think before we get to that, I do want to ask you, what was it like filming all those bugle scenes or playing the bugle? Did you have to learn how to play the bugle? Did they show you here's how to play a couple different notes on it? What was that like?
No, because I did try to learn the bugle because they sent me home with the bugle for me to try and learn how to do it. And here's the thing, I did I I did get some noises out. I did get sounds. Sounds
Oh,
happen. I did not know. I couldn't for the life of me. Like I couldn't figure out how to like change keys with the bugle because there is no it's not a trumpet. There's no buttons or
yeah.
anything. You just blow into it and then you try and like make it go however you need it to go. And I couldn't figure it out. Especially like the things that they wanted me to do. I was like, I'm trying. I just don't think I'm gonna get there.
It's the
So
stuff that they
I
play in the at the beginning of the day at camp. It's never like it's always like do 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 do. It's got like a
yeah,
bunch of different
that's
notes.
what I tried to learn. I tried to learn the reveille, but it wasn't working out. Um, so I do truly hate to ruin the magic, but I did have to pretend while like a track went on in the background. um, yeah, but that was like one of the best times that I had on set. It was literally just like a solo scene, me just doing the bugle. Like, I was having so much fun doing that scene that I kept forgetting my line. That every single time we did that scene, I had a single line after I finished playing the bugle. I had a single line, and I just wouldn't say it once I was done. And the director, Kim, at the time, would be like, "Hey, Saylor, like that was a great tape. Let's do it one more time. See if you can say your line." And I was like, "Oh my god," because I would just actually forget that I had a line because I was having so much fun playing this bugle that a line didn't exist. I just wanted to go back to playing the bugle, like even though I wasn't actually playing it. But that was one of the most memorable moments for me because we did take like maybe 7 takes when that could have been done in one, but it took a solid amount because I kept forgetting to say my line. But that
I'm
was
so happy that made it into the trailer too. That really makes like the camp vibe.
yeah, that is yeah, like one of the traditions that Maddox is all about. Like this is happening. We're doing this every day, every camp, every summer. So yeah, I'm glad that was there too.
Awesome. So now also since this season we already have the high school musical aspect, but now that we're at camp, there's kind of like some camp rock aspects and the musical they're putting on is Frozen. There's so many different Disney entities that are coming together this season. So I want to ask you, do you have a favorite Disney Channel original movie or a favorite Disney movie or a musical that you would like to see the cast perform next season? You already said that you were familiar with High School Musical. Do you have a favorite Disney Channel original movie or Disney musical?
Yeah, I was a huge like I loved music. Like I've loved music my entire life and just like jamming out, like screaming in the car to the radio, all that good stuff. So one of my favorite Disney Channel original movies growing up was definitely Lemonade Mouth. Just like, and also I loved Bridget Mendler growing up. Yeah, I was like, she's special. Hurricane, yeah, that was my thing. I love that song. So I did love Lemonade Mouth growing up. And as for musicals that we want to see next season, personally, I think that Peter Pan would be really fun. Lots of roles.
That would be a great one.
Good stories. I definitely don't want to like say who I think should be the characters because I don't want to really put that out into the universe yet, but I think that would be a fun one for sure.
That would be super fun.
Yeah.
And also Lemonade Mouth, also a great throwback.
Yeah.
One of the best.
Yeah, that is one of, I think just like one of the best ones, period. It is so good and like there is never not a time to watch it. It is for every occasion. I love it.
I agree. So now that we still have some time, I want to play a quick little game with you. Since this season is Frozen is the musical that will be performed, I wanted to see how much knowledge you have of Frozen or Frozen songs, the Frozen universe. Well, we're going to keep it to songs. So I wanted to see if I could name a song from Frozen. Do you know who sang it? Do you know which Frozen movie it's from?
Oh, yeah, because there's two. Yeah, okay, sure, okay. I'm ready.
Awesome. Okay, so first, we're going to start very easy. Let It Go.
Okay, Let It Go. Elsa, a.k.a. Idina Menzel.
Bonus points for vocal actress, yes.
Yeah, I'm all about the bonus points. And then what else? That's from Frozen 1.
Yes, correct.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Okay, now what about Love is an Open Door?
Love is an Open Door. That is Frozen 1. That's Hans and Anna. And I do know the vocal actress of Anna. I'm just blanking on it. Oh my god, I do know it. I do know it.
Points, though.
Yeah, do I get the points?
Yeah, you named the movie and the character, so those were just bonus points before, but you still
got it. Okay, got it. I got them. Yeah. Okay.
Now, how about Lost in the Woods?
Lost in the Woods. That is Frozen 2, right?
Yep. Yeah.
And Lost in the Woods, isn't that Elsa? No, Anna?
That one is Kristoff.
Oh, dang it.
That's his boy band moment in the
talking about now, though. Yeah. Because he sings it with all the people that they meet in the woods, right? Yeah, I forgot about that one. Okay, that's my bad.
That's okay. You just go on Disney Plus and do a nice little rewatch.
Exactly. Yeah, I've seen, actually, Frozen might be one of the movies that I've seen the most in my entire life, just because we did have the DVD and we did have a car that had a TV when we were growing up, and I'm pretty sure we did just keep it in there and not ever change it. So every single time we went into the car, we would be watching Frozen. But I think I've only seen the second one maybe once, so I really got to refresh my memory on that one. Got to watch it again.
Yeah, gotta go for it. There's a lot of different elements of it. I think pretty much everyone gets a song in that movie, all the different seasons and the colors, and
I remember
for anyone that hasn't seen it, but perhaps a new person becomes queen. There's tons of stuff to perhaps. But still, great job at the game. You seem like an expert in Frozen 1. Now just Frozen 2. Now available on Disney Plus. And soon coming to Disney Plus is season 3 of High School Musical, the musical, the series.
Yeah. Woo!
Well, we're really excited for it. Thank you so much for joining us. Thanks for taking the time to speak to us and let us know about your experience.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to have you join the High School Musical family.
Me too. Thank you. It was wonderful to meet you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm very excited. Bye. Hey, I'm Saylor. I play Maddox on High School Musical, the musical, the series, and you've been watching Young Entertainment Magazine.